There is a moment that every man faces, the moment he has to ask himself, what kind of energy will I allow to exist around my life? And what is the thing absolutely not tolerated? It's not just who you associate with, it's how you associate with it. Teach the world how to treat you. Every time you ignore an insult, stay silent when a boundary is violated, or make excuses for toxic behavior, you are unconsciously sending a message. I am okay with being disrespected. But the Stoic is not like that. They understand that their time is more precious than gold. Their energy is not spent on cheap things, and their inner peace is priceless. This is not arrogance. This is mental discipline. The world out there is full of chaos, but you can choose what touches you and what stays out the door. Ask yourself, when was the last time you forgave disrespect? And why did you allow it? Disrespect isn't always loud. Sometimes it's subtle. Like when someone interrupts you in the middle of a conversation, laughs at your dreams, or makes you feel small, just to make themselves feel bigger. It's not a coincidence. It's the first crack of self-esteem. Stoics do not react with anger, but they do not ignore. Because if you are silent, you are telling the world. That's acceptable. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have control over your mind, not outside events." Meaning, you can't control whether other people disrespect you, but you can have the right to choose how to respond. Disrespect, no matter how small, if ignored, becomes the norm. Remember, respect is not something you ask for. It is something you set out with clear boundaries. The question is, how are you teaching others how to treat you? Manipulation is a dangerous enemy. Not loud, not violent, but quietly eroding your peace little by little. It often comes from people close to you, people who make you feel guilty, even when you have done nothing wrong. They praise you when you want something, then suddenly go silent, withdraw, when you do not comply. They distort the truth, making you doubt your own memory, your own emotions. That's not love, it's control wrapped in an emotional shell. Seneca once said, "Surround yourself with people who make you a better person." Manipulators are the opposite. They make you lost direction, lost confidence, and finally, lost himself. A Stoic does not expose the manipulator through chaos. They do it through clarity and silence. They see through it and walk away without explanation. Because someone who truly loves you won't need to manipulate you to keep you by their side. Are you keeping someone in your life just because you are afraid of losing them, even though they are silently hurting you every day? Have you ever met this type of person? Rain or shine, they always have something to complain about. Life for them is like an endless series of injustices. And you, unwittingly, become an unwilling audience for the play called I Am the Victim. The problem is, they don't look for solutions. They just look for attention, find pity, and worst of all, they want you sucked into that negativity with them. You give advice, they brush it off. You listen sincerely, they repeat the same old cycle. Because deep down, they don't want to change. They want to complain. Epictetus once reminded, "You cannot learn what you think you already know." People who always complain believe the world is wrong, never them. A Stoic understands that mental energy is finite. The more you pour it into people who don't want to move on, the less you have left for yourself. Detach yourself with compassion, but also with determination, because you can't help someone up if you let them pull you down first. Are you keeping an emotional black hole around for fear of upsetting them? A lie is not just an untruth. It is a silent crack in the foundation of trust. And if you ignore it too many times, you will start to doubt your intuition. You sensed something was wrong, but you told yourself you were being too sensitive. You saw the contradiction, but you gave them one more chance. And so, every time you make excuses, you are trading inner clarity, the most precious thing in Stoic philosophy. Marcus Aurelius once said, "If someone proves me wrong, I will gladly change, because I seek the truth. A strong mind not afraid of mistakes, but fear of living in illusion." And the one who always chooses to lie, whether it is blatant words or deliberate ambiguity, not worthy to be in your circle, no matter how close they were. Because once you can't trust someone's words, you can't trust your own feelings when you're with them. The question is, who are you holding on to just because you're afraid of losing someone you can't trust anymore? There is a type of person who never says thank you, because they believe that you owe them, owe time, owe help, owe forgiveness, regardless of whether they tried or not. And what's more dangerous is, they make you feel error when you set boundaries. You help them once, then twice. But they don't see it as kindness. They see it as obligation. And so, your compassion becomes fuel their egos. Seneca once said, "He who gives quickly gives twice." But the Stoics did not give because they were forced to. They gave because they wanted to, freely and consciously. The problem is, when you keep giving without boundaries, you start to harboring silent resentment. And at some point, you no longer realize whether you are serving out of love or out of manipulation. Don't let your kindness become currency for other people's laziness and selfishness. Ask yourself, the people you are always helping, do they really need you, or are they just received from you? Betrayal isn't always an obvious stab in the back. Sometimes it's more subtle, when they support you in good times, but disappear when you really need it. They smile in front of you, but in their hearts, they are happy to see you fail. It's not just disloyalty. It's inconsistency in personality, and it hurts not only trust, but also erode your inner integrity. A Stoic person does not seek revenge, does not scream, does not expose. They just withdraw energy, keep dignity, and leave in silence. Because they understand one thing: loyalty, once lost, will never be the same again. They choose calmness, not because they are weak, but because they know no one deserves to stay if they can't show their worth in the toughest times. Are you keeping someone around just for memories when they have betrayed what is most important between the two of you? The world doesn't naturally know how to treat you. It learns from yourself. You accept being manipulated? More manipulators will come your way. You stay silent when you are despised? Then the contempt will become more and more blatant. You tolerate lies? Then not only is trust in others lost, but confidence in oneself is also broken. Stoic philosophy does not say you have to be a cold, hard person. It is that you have to have clear boundaries, must know when to quietly retreat, and most importantly, must not be swayed by emotions from one's own values. You don't need to be loud to show power. You just need steadfast in composure. And that's when you become dangerous, not because you hurt anyone, but because no one can hurt you anymore. What about you? Did you silent about something for too long? And from today, you will. What limits do you set to protect yourself? If you believe in inner strength and the value of peace, subscribe to Daily Stoic Light channel to receive more life philosophy to help you stay strong every day.